What up, Jackie? All right, let me get Phil back in here. All right, we got Derek here. Um, it is, huh? Phil,
Damn,
yeah,
that Instagram couldn't handle the amount of people, the people that were
yeah,
in that
this
bitch.
this could be a shit show, so we'll try to keep it running. Um, but if if we gotta just keep reconnecting, we'll keep reconnecting.
Of course, it's
So
mine. They had everybody in that bitch.
I know that was sick. Take two. All
I
right,
know.
yo. So this is look. I kind of wanted to start it off like this. I wanted to tell a story. Was So 2 years in a row, I've been down to New Orleans. First year, I made it a point. The day of Derek's first event that I got to go down to, I walked
Yeah,
over to the shop. You were taking care of your POP system at the time. You were hella busy. You were on the
oh yeah,
phone.
yeah. I
Uh,
do remember that.
and I bought some shirts. You refused to take my money. I still paid you though. Complete stranger at that point. We didn't know one another. So we keep in touch over the course of the next year, and I come down for Derek's next Jordan event, which you were part of, and I didn't bring my skateboard because I just was like, I just didn't know what the situation was going to be like, and then I just at the age where I get like scared skating in front of a lot of people. But you made it a point. You said, "Look, I don't care. Come over to the skate shop and put together a board." And you wouldn't let me pay for the board. And it was just like, "Look, we're going to be skating today. All the guys that are from here are going to want to skate with you, man. Like, have a board." And I thought, what's that? Just an airplane?
Yeah, man.
So I guess to build on that, what I've watched over the course of the past couple of years, as long as I've been paying attention to what you do with humidity, it's so much community driven work. Whether it's building parks, whether it's paying respects to people that might, people from your community that might have left us too early, whether it's putting together programs, academic programs with school that give kids boards. And I can't tell you how admirable all this stuff is, man, and how honorable it is. And in a business where like like
There ain't no money.
that community focus is like so opposite from the finessing ways to make money as a business.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to, I guess, first I just wanted to commend you on all that stuff, man, because there's a certain amount of respect that I think is shown towards you, and that's what drew me to finding out more about you and about the shop. So I just wanted to salute you for doing that. And
I appreciate it, yo.
and I guess like, so I mean, you've only been friends for a couple of years. You're born and raised in New Orleans?
Yeah. I was born in Algiers, which is like right on the other side of the river. It's like Orleans Parish. Like my mom and I bounced all over throughout the years, like moving from house to house, like this, that, and the other. And then I always say like like I moved around a lot, but I still claim Algiers because like I was born there. And then I think when I was like 14, 15, my mom and I moved back to Algiers. And to me, like, that's when you were like a teenager. So I was like running the streets, being a badass, like everything like was all in Algiers. And then like sneaking over to the because like where I grew up, a block from my house was the ferry. The ferry takes you straight to downtown, like drops you off on Canal Street. So we would all sneak, like to downtown and roam the streets, shit like that. So that's why like I'm Algiers to the bone. So yeah, I was born and raised here.
Growing up there, did you have a lot of local dudes that you knew or look up to or were able to kind of tap in with?
I'm like kind of lucky and also like unlucky at the same time. A lot of people don't know this about like there's a few, like the generation gap in New Orleans is very, very, very huge. You know, I'm 30, like 35. So when I was young, they had a skate park in the city it's like right by the airport. It was called Second Nature, right? And it was owned by, like, how y'all doing? It was owned by some of the top skaters in the city. Like,
Get out of here.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you remember like Union Wheels and
Yep.
like, and Torque. Remember Torque skateboards?
Yep.
So like it was like, it was wild, man. Sal knows about it. His good friend Adam Ludon was always there. Tony Mariano was always there. One of my best friends later on in life that actually passed away one day, who rode for Kingdom and like was there every day. And the dudes that owned it, Larry Blossom, was like, I don't know, you might have met him at some point in your life, but Larry and a few other people, Chris Boy, they actually owned it, and they ripped, like ripped. I'm not talking like on some like trucker hats, like, no, these motherfuckers, like. So I remember the first time I went there. I mean, I grew up in an era where like we didn't. I would go there and not skate. It was just too intimidating.
Yeah.
You know, I would just sit there. My mom would drop me off and leave, and I would just be like, it was like a fucking demo every weekend. Like,
man,
like I was blessed in that because like I pushed Mongo at first, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I think we all. Yeah, I pushed Mongo too.
Yeah, you know, Larry, and then you know the OGs were there. Like, yo, I was so quiet, and like I was just like, oh my god, yo, like so nervous. And so that, going back to it like that, I grew up there, and then it got to the point where I got cool with them. I started, like, I was in their little video, like I was the youngest shit, and they took me under their wing at a very, very early age, for where like my mom, the dude Larry, was really cool with my mom's. So I used to stay there from like literally 11 in the morning till midnight, and the park closed at 11, but they would let me stay an extra hour while they smoked weed and shit. And like, my mom just knew I was in a safe place. Like, so I always say it like ruined me too, because like I didn't know how to talk to girls. Like, I didn't do anything. Every weekend I would just go straight to the skate park, get dropped off, and just hang out in the skate park. Like, you know. But then after that closed down, there's no social media, so all those OGs, and then there's a big gap. And like, I mean, correct, like, yeah, people were fucking skating, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the scene was kind of weird. Here I am, you know, I'm 20, all the older dudes are like, or I'm 17, all the older dudes are like partying, and I can't because I'm still too young. So I'm just like left skating alone. And then I ended up like riding my bike a lot, doing BMX shit, like, you know, just end up getting into cars heavily.
Gotcha. Yeah, you do have you have a good rotation of classic vehicles, huh?
Dude, yeah, it's kind of funny.
That's sick.
Too much shit.
I mean, yo, that's interesting. That point that you touch on is like, I think back sometimes, like, I can't believe my mom used to let me stay, like, kick it with like the groups of dudes that she did, and like the age that they were. But in all honesty, in retrospect, it was like the big bros and the big homies were like the ones that they kept you in line more than friends of your age probably would.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
bro. Like, I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to get out that sun.
Yeah.
These JSP pants be too hot.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no, man.
Damn. So
like,
what? I think what's interesting too, man, over the years, I think maybe even before I realized that you had the shop was I noticed from a lot of different communities and crowds all over the U.S., a lot of people fucked with you, and I thought that was really cool. Whether it was like Frisco guys or kids in the South or Midwest kids or East Coast kids, you got a lot of. I noticed there was a lot of people that fucked with you, and I was like, well, that's when you know somebody. There's authenticity behind their character when you got somebody that's good in a lot of different places, man. And I always thought that was.
I'm gonna be real, man. Like, I'm very quiet when it comes to like a lot of people. I one thing I really regret in life is I didn't start traveling till I got a little older and skating other cities. I really regret that. I've never skated Love. I remember my homie and I were going to Barcelona for the first time, and it was when Love was shutting down. And I looked at him, and I was like, we were at the airport, and we were following like all the homies watching Love, like basically like the last days, like recently. I mean, not recently, but you know what I mean, like when it was for real. And I was like, dude, should we not go to Barcelona and go skate Love? Like,
damn.
And we went to Barcelona, and I tell you what, like, I honestly, like, I know it sounds lame, but it's a personal thing. I'll never forgive myself for never skating Love. Like, that sucks. Like, to be able to never, ever in my life know what that place feels like really fucks with me. Like, you know, I still watch, you know, Pigeon is one of my favorite videos that motivates me to go skate. And, like, I'll never, ever know what that feels like. And that's something that, like, really haunts me. But yeah, like as I got older, man, like I would just go travel. I met cool people, and I always did my own thing. I always paid respect to the OGs, which I think, you know, was a big key. And I always said how I felt, but I was always open to like criticism too. Like if I was like, "Yo, that shit's whack," and they'd be like, "Well, this is why." I'd be like, "Oh shit, my bad." Like I'm not afraid to be like, "Damn, yo, I see where you at."
Yeah.
But I still think it's wet.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
mean? That's kind of a thing. It's in skating. It's like you got you know, it's just one of them things where it's like you kind of got you either know or you don't know. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain. Like, well, why is this guy a kook or why is this shit nutty? And if you got to explain that to him, then it's like it's not even worth.
It's not even worth it.
It's kind of a close. It is a kind of a closed-minded way of thinking, but like I don't know. To me, that's kind of how you always shit was always weeded out, you know. So
yeah, that needs to happen again, man.
Yeah. What year did you open the shop up?
I didn't, man. The shop been open since '96.
Get out of here.
Yeah. The shop.
So yeah,
OG.
Yeah. So give me the backstory on Humidity.
Like real quick, like it, you know, back when I was skating at that skate park, they had that was like out in Kenner, and then these dudes that, you know, from my understanding, I heard from this and that, but basically this homie Chad and his other friends, Chad was a skateboarder, and his friends did other shit, and they were like, yo, we need to figure out what to do with this money. And he was like, well, let's open a skate shop. So that's how I was it. You know, over time, like Chad was like a full on, like he was one of the raddest dudes. He passed away, but this is back in like '96, you know, and they had, and he had these other dudes that were G's that had money. So put two and two together, that's how you got a skate shop. And then I guess I don't know the true story. I was young, man. I wasn't even like I was around, but like I was just like, you know, I was really young at that time. And then this other guy, so they sold it to this guy, Steve and Heidi, and they moved it to the French Quarter in 2000.
Gotcha.
They always said, like, it was always weird to me, like, as I got older, but they, you know, they always said like 2000 was the day, and I'm like, oh, the shop been open since '96. Y'all just moved it, you know. Anyway, Steve, I didn't know Heidi that well, his wife. She worked at the store for a while. There's like all these stories, but like Steve was always really cool with me. And then right after Katrina, I had no work, and I was, at the time when Katrina happened, I was working at a pizza spot and basically just skating every day, like this like full on being a skateboarder, working at a pizza shop. And then the storm came and fucked everything up. I got back in the city really, really early and was able to help the pizza shop get up and running. But at that time, this is really early, I was like, holy shit, man, like I don't have an education or a college degree, but this might be a good time for me to be able to get my foot in a door that I normally couldn't get in, because everybody need workers. They were just like, yo, we need workers, because nobody was in the city. So I was like, man, I'm gonna go work at Honda. So I went and applied at Honda just to get my foot in the door, be like, all right, fuck it, man, like get something solid. Worked at Honda for a year, was like taking all the tests to become a mechanic. And I got a call from my good friend Todd, and he was like, yo, the homie's leaving the store that worked there. He's like, you want to work at the skate shop? And I was like, what's it pay like? And you know what I'm saying? He was like, it was horrible, man. Like, I mean, it was skate shop pay. And
Yeah.
I had everything, you know, like insurance, dental, 401k, like everything.
Yeah.
So, but I was like not happy, you know, and I was just like, fuck, man. Like, I think at this time I might have been only like 20, or 21, you know, but I was like, fuck. So I went and talked to my mom's, and I was like, Ma, like, I think I want to do this. Like, I just think I want to be around skating. Like, I don't know. Like, I won't be able to do it forever. And she was like, yeah, like, she's like, financially, it's not smart, but fuck it, you know, like, if you can make it happen, make it happen.
Yeah.
So boom, like, started working at the skate shop. Worked under Steve. Steve was really cool. Like, and then while that was happening, I started doing barbecues for the kids. And not many kids know this because I said this is pre-Instagram, but there was like, we called it slap 'em dap 'em cookouts, yo. And
That's sick.
and you know, I got the inspiration from Junebug in Chicago.
Oh, get out of here. Yeah, June's
Yeah.
the man.
Dude, Junebug is probably one of my biggest inspirations in life. Like,
Yeah. Kayla's, how cool is June? Kayla's is
Junebug,
on it. June
the
used to
rough bug,
come.
man.
June would come to Philly every now and again, and then I got to kick it with him in Chicago a couple times. Yeah, he's a great dude, man.
Yo, real quick story about Junebug. He was one of the first people that was like official. I remember the first day I met him, we were out skating downtown, and I broke my board, and I had to walk back to the shop, and he looked. No one was gonna walk with me. Not that anybody asked. He's like, "Yo, you walking alone?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go get another board." He's like, "Fuck it, I'll walk with you." And that's how I met him. Like, we talked the whole way back we walked back to the shop. But anyway, so I was like, "Yo, blah blah blah," and at that time there was like a weird energy in the city, and like the OGs might get bummed on me on this or whatever, but like the OGs weren't really affiliated with the youth in the city.
Yeah, and that's a natural thing though, man. You know,
is it?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, not as much anymore. Like, I go to Chicago and I go to New York and I see the OGs like really doing some cool things for the community through the skate shop.
Yeah.
But at that time, I was like, I didn't get it, and there was some weird tension between the old owners and vibes and whatever. It ain't my business. So I called Junebug and I was like, dude, I'm doing these cookouts and none of the OGs are showing up. And he literally was like, yo, fuck the OGs. Like, it's for the youth. You got to remember that. And when he told me that, that's when I just started doing everything for the youth. Steve ended up leaving, and then that's when shit hit the fan for me. Long story short, like, I had no bank account, living on skate shop payroll, and my mom, and we almost had some other buyers come in the store, and then my mom was like, yo, like, we talked to a few banks. A lot of them said no. SBA said no. And then Whitney Hancock was like, they looked at everything and they put a lien on my mom's house, and that's how we got the shop.
Gotcha. Damn.
Crazy.
So your mom, your mom put everything on the line to make this thing happen.
Yeah. I remember. I'll never forget the day I was living at my boy Oscar's house in his attic space, right? Just where a mattress slid in, right where this at. That's when my mom. I was walking on St. Charles. My mom called me, and she's like, "Yo, we got it." And I was just like, what the fuck did I do? Like, I instantly had to throw up. I was like, yo, like, what did I just do, man? Like,
because that's the length that your mom would go to make this thing happen.
Yeah, because we didn't have a house until after Katrina. She bought her first house. So, like, she just bought a house and she already put a lien on it for me.
Damn.
You know, I don't know if a lot of people know what a lien is, but that means the bank can take that motherfucker.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. Damn. So, that's incredible, man.
Crazy.
Well, shit, man. I guess that's a good segue. The next thing I wanted to ask you was, yeah, dude. I mean, whether it's you guys like cooking crawfish out front of the shop, giving away money in turn for kids, accomplishing good educational records.
Oh, the boards for grades.
To like putting together the DIY spots. The most touching thing was like when the young man that passed recently and you guys coming together at his service and stuff.
Yeah, David, man.
There's a crazy community down there, man. And in terms of like how tight knit it is. And I've seen what Derek's on here, what Derek's put together with sneaker politics, what you have going on with the skate community. I felt it before, man, and it's like it's a love down there that you guys show to one another and to guests. That's like it's pretty amazing, man, because it's so welcoming, and it's like you really feel like cats will give you the shirt off their back down there. So,
Yeah, yeah. Don't I mean, if you talk to anybody from New Orleans, though, New Orleans, I mean, G said Jay was on here earlier, man. You know what it's like. It's like a crab bucket, man. It's like you know the person. It's wild, man. If you don't have none, everybody wants to give it to you, but as soon as you got some, everybody want to take it from you.
yeah.
That's like kind of the motto in New Orleans. I mean, luckily through skating, like it's different, because like as skateboarders, we don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
we've been told fuck you since day one, since we stepped on it.
Yep.
So we just keep it moving. But yeah, New Orleans is one of the best. Like, I've traveled a lot, and I don't think I could live anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks for
Yeah.
skating. It's garbage for skating, but I literally couldn't imagine living anywhere else.
Can you so you normal day you got you have the shop hours and then you and your guys will go skate straight from the park after hours and
I don't really go to the park that much, to be honest with you.
no, I'm sorry, just like so shop closes up and then you guys just hit the streets.
Yeah, we skate downtown.
And it seems like just from the couple times I've been down there, it seems like it's a pretty cool array of different spots and buildings you guys can hit down there. But in terms of like this, like how many kids, what do you think the scene is like in terms of how many kids are really circulating them spots on a regular basis?
On a regular basis, I mean, at any given day, only like, I mean, like if you think about it, I'm talking like kids that are really going out to skate.
Yeah.
Maybe like, a dozen.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like here and there, like it's a weird scene, man. Like, like it's very it's hard to skate here, my G. Like
the ground itself is fucked up.
The ground sucks. It's hot as fuck.
It's hot as fuck.
The marble doesn't grind here.
Yeah.
Like you can ask any of the homies that come down from like up north. Like it's hard to skate down here, dog. Like, so if you really want to go skate downtown, like you really gotta want to go skate downtown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So so I guess that's the thing is like I feel like from the outside looking in, it's cool to see the hardships and what it's like there. You know what I mean, in terms of the physical side of skating, the financial side, the social side. So it's amazing to see the way that you continue to push it, and you make it look so inviting and so fun, man. I swear to God, like and I'm sure you guys you and your circle and your crew are having fun, but you guys show it to the world, man, in a really good way. So
that's one of the things I always like. I see a lot of like we don't give a fuck. That's like the main thing. Like we really don't care. Like, I mean, trust me. Like we've let some people in that we shouldn't have let in. We're just like, oh, this dude's cooking it after like 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's anything. But at the end of the day, like we honestly we don't give a fuck. We don't care who you are, where you come from. Like one of my good friends, like fucking push Mongo every day, but like people would be like, yo, why are you skating with this fool? And I'm just like, yo, like after like a whole session and drinking beers, they're like, yo, this kid's amazing. He's rad.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I don't give a fuck how good you are. Like if I can't like hang out with you, like I don't want to go sit at the spot with you all day.
Yeah.
I mean, my man Scooter, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Scoot's like, Scoot's like literally like my like blood brother now. Like I skate with him more than anybody because like he don't give a fuck. Like we talk shit. Like he's hilarious. Like if Scoot could like like he's Scoot. Like so like that's just one thing how we are in New Orleans, man. Like we love like come down, check it out. And if you vibe, you vibe, and we just like we don't care.
Yeah. It is a cool feeling down there, man. It feels very like it doesn't feel like cats aren't judgy. I feel like people give you an opportunity to present yourself to them how you want to be? How would you
Yeah,
want
yeah, you can do
people
your
to be
thing. Yo, you want to
perceived?
dress up silver in a fucking thong every weekend and go juggle
Yeah,
balls? Like we don't care. Like, go do
yeah.
it. Like, we could
What
give a fuck, you know?
what in terms of like? I'm curious to see like in terms of like the kids down there. What especially on the board side, like what companies do the kids down there really get down with and bang with?
Nowadays, I mean, we try and carry like, you know, a lot of the smaller brands and shit, but like, uh, what does like really well right now, I mean, it's still like, you know, the deluxe stuff does good. Quasi does really good. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I want to say it's like those Palace boards do real good, but and shit like DGK does real good. Like, so, but we push the Palace and DGK shit pretty hard just because like we vibe with that shit. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Shit, I had some other questions. But yeah, that was always the thing that stood out. Phil, was like I always thought how cool it was. Like so many people from different places mess with you, and then to be there and to see just to see how hospitable and welcoming you were personally, and then just the community as a whole. It just I got a couple. Chicago has a very warm place in my heart. New Orleans has a very warm place in my heart. Everything, man.
yeah, Chicago's tight. I fuck with Chicago heavily.
My,
I fuck with Chicago. That shit was
so
tight.
you just went up to Chicago not too long ago to work with Josh, right?
Yeah, on that Buttergoods collab.
That's sick. And at
Josh
the time,
is funny, dog.
but you guys got to skate and film at some pretty classic Chicago spots too, man. Which that was awesome.
Yeah. No, that was like, I remember when the homie Gar from Butter hit me up. He was like, "Yo, like I don't have a shoe sponsor," so he's like, "Yo, you want to go do this DC Kalis thing?" I was like, "Yeah, the fuck yeah!" And I was like, "Yeah." Went up there and like, Josh was all mad standoffish at first and shit. Like, I showed up late, started talking shit instantly. Like,
but I feel like you guys would be like two peas in a pod, man.
yo, after he vibed me out, which I could tell, like, it was, man, like, it's dog. I fuck with that dude heavily.
That's
Heavily
sick. No, Josh is a good dude, man. And when I was younger, there was so many personalities, and it was such a cutthroat scene at Love, and it wasn't until I got older and could understand what so many of these guys that were big pros, man. They were important people in the skate industry, skating for like really big companies.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was under that I could understand like how hard that was. You know what I mean? And so to see
That shit needs to happen again, B.
to see Josh all these years later, and he is like the wise old man with all of it because he's been through it all. He's seen it all, and similar to you, I think that passion for skating, like for the actual skateboarding.
Yo, that
part,
motherfucker is a skate rat.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm being like, I was like, bruh, like this is like mind blowing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just like, yo, and like, dog, like I don't know, like literally like was like blown away. It was funny though, man. Like so, like we of course we fanned out. You know what I'm saying? Like we had our own Airbnb. And of course, we like got back to the Airbnb. We were just like, "Oh my god, yo!" Like, and then so we started watching all these Kalis interviews to be like, because we're just obviously bored drinking beer. And then when he describes from Michigan where he's at, he does like this shit. He puts it on on his hand. And then we were watching an interview, and he did it in an interview. And we felt like we were just laughing so hard, like, "Yo, this motherfucker's done this." It just made you realize, like, this dude's done this so long.
Yeah.
So long. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a fucking legend, yo.
Yeah, that longevity, man. Skateboarding and longevity don't really go hand in hand, And
it don't, man. It don't. And to
So,
keep doing it, yo. The motherfucker tray flipped over the can again.
yeah. But
You know what I'm
that
saying?
could,
Like, and how that wasn't a cover, like I
hey,
don't know, dog.
the best thing with your guys' butter clip though was like your guys' approaches to skating are different. Trick selection is kind of similar but different. But it was rad to see them two working together at especially at that particular spot too for that
Yeah.
clip.
Oh yeah. They were all like, "Yo, let's go." I'm like, "Let's go somewhere else." And I'm like, "Yo, y'all don't understand what this like. That place blows my mind.
Nah,
What's it
yeah,
called?
you could just stay there.
Yo, there's wall rides.
Yeah, it's just one of them
Stairs.
spots.
Yeah. I
Has
know what you mean.
has Josh ever skated your guys' ledge spot down there?
Nah, it's too hot for him down here.
All
He
right.
gonna melt.
Hey, listen, Josh. Whenever it cools off, go to Phil's Love Park, man. That shit is incredible.
Well, it's actually got hit by a barge, so it's been closed for almost a year.
Wait, explain that to people that aren't from the South. What the fuck is a barge, and what does it mean to get hit by it?
So like, I guess it's like I talked to some people that work. So that's Crescent Park, and that Crescent Park we skated for like a solid like two or 3 years straight. Crescent Park actually, like I always say, it was like saved my life. Like, you know, like we never had a plaza like I never had a plaza like that. Back in like the early 90s, they had a plaza called Rivergate, but that's way before me. So this was like my plaza, and like that spot actually is insanely hard to skate, which a lot of people don't know.
The ledges look like they look like Pier 7 ledges, like real rough and real round.
Yeah, they're straight concrete. And what a lot of people don't understand in New Orleans is it's so hot, the wax never sticks.
It doesn't, huh?
Yeah, it just constantly melts off. So and then on top of that, it's so hot and I guess humid. The way the concrete cures here doesn't cure super hard all the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all that was happening. The ground was like sandpaper, and it's lumpy. And then the wood gives you the worst splinters. Like I'm talking like if you slide out on the wood, you're gonna get over 100 splinters.
Oh
like,
man.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yo, when the cricket team came, yo, like it was funny. They got like 2 clips, you know.
Damn.
Like it's a hard spot. But anyway, so going back to it, that spot I was there like literally. I lived like 4 houses. I moved to be next to it, and like, it's on the river, and the river is like, you know, huge down here, the Mississippi.
Yep.
So you got all these barges that carry tons of weight, you know, and it's not very uncommon for a tug to lose power, and the river's running at 70, 80, 90 miles an hour. So when those barges turn, they have so much weight. Yeah, it's not moving fast, but just that weight will hit something. So it hit the corner because the wharf that part goes over the water.
Yeah.
So it hit this corner. Well, when it hit that corner, it took out a pillar. And for a while, we were like waiting it out, and then we're like, fuck it, let's hop the fence, and we started skating it again. And then a lot of people, it was weird. They had like a storm come through one night that was damn near a tropical storm that really, really crazy wind, and it ended up knocking the rest of the wall over one night into the river.
Get out of here.
And that's when they like literally put a chain link. It really wasn't safe to be up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
that's the thing, man. If you're not from these cities, until you visit and can see, like, you know, I can never put, like, for me, I can never put like the impact of Katrina in, and I'm sure for people that are from there, it's not something you still probably can wrap your head around. But until you're there and see like how the cities are built, and how these things can affect the city, it's like you just understand how much more complex it really is down there, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
But yeah, just skating down the street and you're like, yo, like it's so hard to even skate down here, man. Like, and it's hot as fuck. But I really enjoyed the first time I pulled in and I was going to the hotel, and there was those flat gaps. They're kind of like they're like on stairs. Keenan had the switch heel flip
Oh
chopper
yeah,
pad,
yeah, pancakes. The
and
spot sucks.
I just was like, yo, that's the spot. Like that's the Keenan spot, you know?
Dude, people come down all the time. They're like, "Yo, where's the pancakes?" And we're like, "Yo, when you're done, you want to skate, holler. Like, we ain't going there."
Cause it's like a lot of hobos and stuff there now, right?
Yeah, that is fucking disgusting, and honestly, it sucks, yo. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
I truly believe those dudes like got off, and that was just like an accident, and that shit like put New Orleans. I mean, grateful like yo, we have like iconic like Keenan's like obviously one of my favorite skaters.
Yeah.
Got the best arms in the industry. You know what I'm saying?
Covered in bums and shit.
Yeah, it's just like and like
Yeah.
that's where everybody wants to go. It's just like
Damn. That's bad funny, man. All right, like next question. We're all obviously massive rap fans and understanding the impact that New Orleans music has made on all of us. Derek had Juvie over at the store the one day. That was very cool to meet him. Like we said, Jay was on here earlier. Do you run into have you run into your favorite New Orleans rappers over the years or what?
Man, BG's in prison, bro. So
Damn.
I ain't running into him. I wish,
Little BG Jr. though.
Yeah. That boy kills it. I fuck with him. I remember he used to come to the store when he was little all the time, man. He good people. He's all buff and swole now. It's hilarious.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know. The music scene's kind of like, growing up here, obviously, like, you don't know what you have until it's like kind of like gone or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like I personally, like, a lot of people make fun of it. I kind of fuck with bounce music. Like, I know it's on some like, it's for the females and shit, but like, just to have something that literally like we call our own, that like even Drake took away from us, and like Beyonce used it, like, like that whole culture, like it got kind of exposed, but it's still not truly exposed. Like,
yeah,
like
I mean, dude, I remember like hearing like the first time hearing Julie records and being like, I don't know what this guy's even saying, but it sounds amazing. It sounds incredible.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, I see Currency fairly often. Like I have a lot. Like he's always around the city. I bought an '85 Monty, and in the process of getting it juiced up, and he's always like out cruising around.
He is, huh?
Yeah, he does his thing for sure. I'll never forget, like, because a lot of people don't know, but like when ice cream and shit was popping, like he used to hang out at the store like literally every day.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I have a lot of memories of going on skate missions in LA with Terry, and Currency would be there. Like he'd be jumping the fences with us, and I'd be sitting there asking him like, I'd be like sitting here bugging him to tell me like Lil Wayne tour stories and stuff,
Yeah. Yo, I want to do the shop shirt with him, a photo of him when he was on No Limit.
Oh yeah, you got to.
He was like, hell no. I was like, come on, yo, this shit is so good.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's a solid dude. He smokes so much fucking weed. I don't know how he does it, but
yeah, no, he's a legend, man. He good people, like, and but like a lot of people, I think if you follow me, like I tend to listen to a lot of hip hop, like New York shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So that like that took me under pretty heavily for a while.
It's a good when you think like classic New York rap, man, it's like whether it's like old Mobb Deep albums or Grave Diggers or whatever, man, the shit is like it's timeless. But I think the same goes for the music that your city has contributed over the years, and continues to put out. So
yeah, I miss the fact that, like, man, back in the day, like before Wayne pop, used to be downtown or anywhere, and all you heard was New Orleans music coming out of cars.
He did, huh?
It was fucking beautiful. And then like I said, like New Orleans is kind of like a crab bucket, and all of a sudden, like, everyone started to sound like Wayne. Yeah. And that really to me personally, and this is my opinion, so everybody can get mad all they want, but my opinion was like, back in the day, like, you sounded like what project you were from.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like BG sounded like he was from Uptown. Gotcha. Like C Murder, you know, sounded like how they talk down. Like, so if you was from the 9, like that's how you sounded, and you could tell like how people rapped and where they were, like what part of the city they were from.
Yeah.
And then once that shit went and he started like making it, I think people were like, yo, like we need, like, I think it's natural. Like, I don't think they were like, oh, we need to, but everything started to kind of sound like Wayne. And then that fucking flow where
Yeah.
it's like blah, 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 tomatoes, blah, 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 blah. And then, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh man, like we used to rap down here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, hold on real quick. I got to ask you one more. I got one other question for you. So I never knew that, you know, obviously I knew the cuisine that was, that's obviously tied to New Orleans. I never knew it had such a big Italian.
Y'all swimming?
What's it? You. Yeah, I never knew it had such a big Italian injection into the cuisine down there. And my mom's a little 4 foot tall Italian woman. She kept saying, "Yo, you got to go have a muffaletto when you're down there." And I was like, "What the fuck is a muffaletto?"
Yeah, muffaletto.
I went to Union Market. I think that's what it's called.
No, it should have been Central
Central Market. Yeah.
Yeah, Central Groceries.
Dude, that thing was life changing, man.
So, yo, like, I grew up here, obviously, and, like, yeah, I had one of them since I was probably could fucking eat, you know what I'm saying? But one day in the shop, this dude was just in there. You know, when someone hangs around for, like, you know, over 10 minutes, or you get the spiel, the skate shop spiel, hey, how you doing? You need help, blah, blah, blah. And he's, like, lingering, so I'm just like, yo, what's up? Like, what you doing here? And he was like, oh, I'm actually, like, doing, like, a write-up on muffaladas. And I was like, oh, word? And that motherfucker schooled me on some shit. I was like, he was like, yeah, like, he's like, it's that actually was invented in New Orleans. It's not an Italian sandwich,
dude. It's
so
fucking incredible. Yeah.
So what it was is that place, right? That was a grocery store, and way back in the day, a long time ago, the quarter was a lot of Italian workers. So it's funny, like a lot of people don't know, but like literally 5 minutes over from New Orleans is Chalmette, and everybody from Chalmette, it sounds like they're from New York. Like they sound like they straight out of New York. But what happened was when all the Italians immigrated to New York, they had no work. We're a port city. A lot of them came from New York to New Orleans. And when that happened, they all worked in the quarter, and they would go to the store and they would buy those ingredients and make sandwiches out front on their work break, like years ago. And then the store was like, yo, why don't we just fucking make these for them? They don't have to buy all the ingredients and do it out front. We'll just sell it to them. And that's how that became like the muffaletta.
Dude, that like round, like
sesame
roll, yo. Dude, that thing was crazy, man. I they're big, yo, and I put one down. Pause. Like, quick, the whole thing. Pause. I had to.
Shut up.
Yeah, I had to. It was so good. Yeah, I eat like pause. I got a crazy appetite. But that thing was next level. So that, like, next time I get down there, and there's another place I got to check out. Cibo, CIBO, something Italian restaurant.
Cibo.
I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna force. So they've hit me like, next time you're down here, come check us out. It looks pretty good though.
Hell's yeah. What's up?
But shit, yo, I'm gonna let you go. I gotta get back to helping Amelia with her schoolwork. Yo, thank you so much, Phil. And honest to God, man, it is amazing to watch what you do. It comes from such a good place, and what the way that you give back to the kids in the community there, man, is so honorable and so respectful, man. Because the kids need people like you to keep believing in them. You know what I mean? Because if not, they're gonna try. It's good for them to figure out with their friends, but like, they need somebody there to check them and to, and just to give them the guidance and show them, I did this and this didn't work. You should try, just to give them give them the direction, man. So
yeah, as soon as this is over, man, I already told everyone, and then we put it out there. Like we've got that Crown Vic, and we're gonna bring it back out to Parasite, and I'm just like gonna do like same thing, man. Try and get everybody out there. Like as soon as all this is over with, bring out some small businesses that can benefit from it, that are homies that have restaurants that are hurting right now.
Yeah,
so it's like a big cash prize, like literally. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
anything, any help you need from us out here, we got you.
Yeah, definitely. Same out here, Doug.
So yeah, everyone just stay in the crib, man. Don't this shit is so wild, and
Yeah.
They put support shops like. Are you shipping online right now?
Yeah, but I mean, like, dog, just like we don't care about all that. Just like be safe, be with your family.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like the whole like don't stress on supporting anything, man. Just everybody needs to just be safe, dog. Like,
There you go. Hey, that's
you
a
know, we
real
gonna
good
be
gift right
alright.
there.
Yeah, we be here. Like, everybody's gonna be here. Like, you know, we'll be alright. Just yeah, man. Just everybody just stay safe.
Yeah, there you go. Well, shoot, yo, thank you so much, Phil.
Always, yo.
Like I said, man, keep it up because you do so much admirable work for your city, and don't think it's not recognized outside of there because it
Appreciate that,
truly
yo.
is, man.
Appreciate
So
that. And we ain't gonna stop no time soon, man. Like, I just want to it's gonna get bigger, dog. Like, we got to.
there you go. All right, last question. Favorite aesthetics pro?
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to say Welsh, dog.
Got to go well.
I got like, yo,
Yeah.
like, yeah, dog. Like, got to, dog.
Yeah, not to tell him. Welsh is the man, dude.
I tell you what, though, man. KT I was on Scumco for a while, you know, and I got to go on a trip with KT.
Yo,
And
he's
like,
still skating like he's 21.
yo, I will say, like, I have to say KT now because of that. Like, I love Welsh. No disrespect to Welsh. Like, he's my dog. But like the fact that KT still skates a 7.75, I think he's still on. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
Kevin has not aged one bit, man, and he's still like he could film parts that I've seen him film, like if not better. Like, yo, it's like that. He's got the fountain of youth, man.
it's skateboarding, dog.
It is skating. Oh.
It's skating, dog. Like he blew my mind, dog.
Yeah, Kev's a fucking man. Shout out to KT, man.
Yo,
But,
KT forever.
all right, well, shoot, I'll let you get back to your day. Yo, tell mom everyone says thank you too for what she put forth to help make this thing a reality too. So, shouts to everybody's moms. All right.
Yo, for real, dog. For real.
All right, my man. Enjoy your day. All right.
Peace, yo.
All right, Phil.
Hey.
Peace.